Controversial youth peace advocate and a former member of parliament whose appointment was revoked, citing a nationality crisis, is believed to have been kidnapped and taken to a unknown location. She was last seen on Wednesday, 22nd December 2021 at Penisha Cafe, having lunch with East African Community youth ambassadors and honorable members of the South Sudan Parliament. In 2015, Hot in Juba, an online news outlet, embarked on a mission to expose suspected Ugandans who acquired fake identities to get lucrative government and NGO jobs at the expense of South Sudanese nationals. One of the victims was Animu Athiei. She represented South Sudan at the UN Women's Summit in New York City, USA in March 2015. Also attended Global Entrepreneurship Summit in Nairobi, Kenya. Animu claimed to be a South Sudanese and has worked with different government high-level officials from the former first vice president to the Minister of Youth and Sports. Animu's passports for Uganda and South Sudan were exposed by Hot in Juba in 2015. The Keliko community of Morobo County in central Equatoria State, where she allegedly hails, has rejected the appointment of Afekuru Animu Risasi as a member of parliament representing Lujule Payam in the National Legislative Assembly. A press release signed by Agele Simon, the chairperson of the Morobo community, said that the Keliko community has no knowledge and historical background of the appointed lawmaker. OPP leaders claim to have received complaints from the local community, and the OPP leadership decided to suspend her name from the list until the investigation on how she obtained the nationality is completed. Animu Athiei has two passports, one from South Sudan and one from Uganda, and these two passports have the details as follows. Ugandan passport surname Afekuru and given names Animu Risasi. Nationality Ugandan. Date of birth 27th August 1983. Gender female. Profession student. Place of birth in Zambia. As South Sudan passport details are as follows. Surname Amitai. Given names Afekuru Animu Risasi. Date of birth 27th August 1983. Gender female. Marital status single. Nationality SSD. Citizenship by birth. Place of birth Juba. In these two passports, there's a lot of contradictions in regard to the place of birth, which in the first passport that she obtained from Uganda, she was born in Zambia. In the second passport that she obtained in South Sudan, she was born in Juba, and the place of birth is South Sudan. The lawyer for Animu Athiei, a youth activist who has gone missing, is calling for her release. Stephen Nelson says Athiei was arrested last Friday by the security organs and has remained in detention since then. Nelson says his client had filed a case against the government of South Sudan in Juba High Court, an African Commission for Human Rights, after her documents, including passport, were confiscated. Speaking to Radio Miraya in a telephone interview from Kampala, Uganda, Nelson claimed that there was an attempt by the government of South Sudan to deport Animu to Uganda, but it failed. He urges the government to grant justice to Animu by investigating claims that she is not a South Sudanese, instead of relying on social media reports. Animu Athiei was appointed as an MP for the revitalized Transitional National Legislative Assembly in August, but her appointment was later revoked on allegation that she is a foreigner. This has raised a lot of mixed reactions online from the youth activists and other public members of South Sudan. People are claiming that Animu Athiei, despite what has happened, needs to be treated with legal procedures. Some people have claimed that Animu Athiei has been, in the spotlight for wrong reasons for a very long time, and this needs to be investigated. Some are demanding for the release of Animu Athiei, and as of yesterday, there's an online petition that is ongoing and is being signed by all the youth leaders across the country. Animu Athiei has fallen out with a lot of youth leaders across different institutions and was called out by most of them, and she was accused of working in isolation and working without any consultation with any youth institution within the country. Over to you for comments and reactions. Thank you for listening and viewing Side Mirror SSD.